Hi, Phyllis here from southernfrugal.com. We're getting ready to make some Sierra Mist. It's a 3-layer salad. And this is kind of my own concoction. It's really based on the 7-Up salad that was really kind of introduced in the 60s. It was really, really good. Now, Sierra Mist was not invented in the 60s, so anyway, here's what you'll need. For the first layer, okay, you'll need one 16.9-ounce bottle of Sierra Mist. And you'll need 2 boxes of Jell-O lemon flavored. 2 cups of chopped apples. Now I use the Golden Delicious, but any kind, just really make sure you peel them because you don't want to have that tough peeling in your salad. So 2 cups of chopped apples. 1 can of pineapple, and you want the crushed. This is 8 ounces. Now, this is a layered salad, so we're going to use another can in one of the layers. You're also going to need 1 egg, 8 ounces of cream cheese. Now you want that softened at room temperature. And now if this doesn't get completely soft by the time I need it, I'm going to show you how to do it in the microwave. You're going to need 2 tablespoons of cornstarch. And that's really it, other than 1 cup of crushed pecans. Now this is going to go on the very top, and I'm going to really grind those up somewhat in the food processor. Alright, so for the very first layer, here it is, the Jell-O. You want to use 2 cups of boiling water and dissolve 2 packs of Jell-O in that. And then you're going to add the whole bottle, the 16.9-ounce bottle of Sierra Mist. And let me turn this down so you can see it. I've already mixed this up, and it's partially set. Actually, it's more than partially set, but the carbonated water really kind of stays in there somewhat, which is what gives it a really different taste. So the first thing we're going to need to do after this is set, now you mix it up with 2 cups of boiling water and of course the 2 packs of Jell-O, and then you pour your Sierra Mist in, and then I put mine in the freezer for about 20 minutes and it will set pretty quick. Now to this you're going to add 2 cups of apples. Now the chopped apples will not turn brown or anything because they're going to be covered by this lemon Jell-O. So I'm going to mix those in, and then you're going to drain your pineapple. I'll get this open there. Now see what I did? This is pineapple chunks, which I didn't realize. And this one is crushed pineapple. Don't do like I did. Get 2 cans of crushed pineapple. So I'm going to have to crush that pineapple up before I use it. Alright, so I'm going to drain this because you're going to need about a cup of pineapple juice. Now, if after you've drained everything you don't come up with a full cup, then you can just add water to that to make it a cup. So I'm just mashing this down to try to get all the juice out of it that I can get out. And hopefully I'll have a cup by the time I've drained the other one. And if not, we just add water till it makes 1 cup, because that's going to be for the middle layer. Okay, there it is. I'm just going to mix that in. Mix it in with the apples. Let me get a bigger spoon. And get those apples completely covered with the Jell-O. The reason you let it partially set up before you put the pineapple and the apples in is so that they won't all sink to the bottom, but you do want them to have a coating of the Jell-O on them so those apples will not turn dark. Okay, so this is the very first layer. Now, I have greased a Pyrex plate that's 9 by 12 or 9 by 11, and I just put a teaspoon or so of cooking oil in there and just spread it out with a paper towel. And I do that because I want to be able to cut this when it's done and put it on a plate so that the people you're serving can see that it's, 3 layers. All right, this is pretty well mixed. I'm going to dump it in. And just spread it out evenly. Okay, now I'm going to put this in the bottom of the refrigerator and we're going to make the next layer, so we'll be right back. All right, we're back and ready to make our second layer. So you're going to need a half a cup of sugar and 2 tablespoons of cornstarch. And you really want to put them in this order, and the reason being that you want that cornstarch to kind of get mixed in with the sugar, which will help you to not have any lumps at all later. Okay, so just going to mix that in, and we're going to cook this over medium heat until it's just thickened. Now, let me turn it down to medium. Okay. I don't know if you can see that or not, but my 2 cans, 8 ounces of crushed pineapple. Of course, one of them ended up being tidbits, but I crushed it, okay? And see, when you drain the juice, you will get right at a cup of pineapple juice. And you want to use the 1 egg, and you want to beat the egg, and then add the egg to the pineapple juice. And just beat that, pretty good till it gets mixed in with that pineapple juice. Now you're going to add 2 tablespoons of butter, but you're not going to do that until the end when this is thickened. Okay, we're ready now. And you do have to stir this constantly because you do not want it to stick. To start with, I'm just going to use my fork and mix it around. And this pudding will set up pretty quick. Alright, we'll be back when this is boiling and thickened. Alright, we're back and working on the second layer of the congealed salad, and here it is. It's thickened. Now we're going to go ahead, I'm taking it off the burner, we're going to go ahead and add the 2 tablespoons of butter. And you want to probably use the whisk for this, make sure there are no lumps in it. So just mix it around until that butter is incorporated. See how smooth it is? And it's almost clear. Alright, the butter is pretty well incorporated in there now. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to sit it in the refrigerator in the bottom so it'll just cool off a lot quicker. And we will concentrate on the first, really the top layer of the salad. So here's what it looks like, sort of somewhat clear. Let me see if you can see that better. There you go. All right. Now I'm going to sit that in the refrigerator just a second. I want to talk to you about the cream cheese. Now I'm going to take the cream cheese and mash it out. Now it's been sitting out, I don't know, probably 30 minutes. I'm just going to mash it out like that. And now I'm going to put it in the microwave for about 2 minutes with some saran wrap over it on defrost and let it get creamier. All right, when I do that, we'll be back. All right, we're back, and our little second layer has cooled in the refrigerator. So we're going to spread that on the top of the Jell-O. Now it's mostly set now. So we're just going to dump that on it and just spread it out evenly. Spread it evenly over the Jell-O that's already set. And this is your second layer. Alrighty, there it is. All set. Now we're going to put this back in the refrigerator and let it sit for, I'd say, probably maybe another, I don't know, 30 minutes probably, and let it really get firmed up. And so the next thing that we'll be working on is the cream cheese topping. Now I put this in the microwave for about 2 minutes on defrost. Now when you bring cream cheese to room temperature this way, you need to make sure you spread it all out. Otherwise the microwave will kind of go in there and burn spots in it. So you don't want that. You want to spread it out and make sure you do it on defrost. Doing it on any higher setting will make burn spots in it. Alright, so to this cream cheese we're going to add the crushed pineapple. Now this was the pineapple chunks and I just crushed them up myself because I needed the juice. Alright, so we're just going to add this into the cream cheese and just smooth it out. And you want to mix this pretty thoroughly. We're just going to let this sit out while the other layer is firming up in the refrigerator. Now I know this seems like a lot of trouble, and to tell you the truth, it is a lot of trouble, but the end result will be so delicious you won't really mind how much trouble it was to make it. Alright, so after the second layer is chilled a little more, we'll be back. Alright, we're back, and our Jell-O layer and our pudding layer has pretty well set. So now we're ready to work on the third layer. Now this is the cream cheese that has been softened, and I've added the 1 8-ounce can of crushed pineapple drained to this. Now we want to make it a good spreading consistency. Plus we want to sweeten it up just a little bit. So I'm going to add 1/3 of a cup of confectionery sugar that I'm going to sift in, because I really don't want any lumps in it. So I'm just going to sift that in. And again, this is just to sweeten it up just a little bit. Just take your spoon and run it through that sifter. Okay. Now we're going to mix that in. And again, this is just to sweeten it up a bit. Alright, now to make it a better spreading consistency, I'm going to add just a little bit of whole milk. Not much, 2 tablespoons. We'll try that and see how that works. Yeah, about 2 tablespoons. That ought to do it. Just mix that up thoroughly. Okay, that ought to do it. A dish rag and wipe this up a little bit. Okay. Now you're just going to dump this on and spread it out. And I just use the back of my spoon to just gently spread it out. Kind of like you were putting icing on a cake. Now this little 3-layer salad is pretty time consuming to make it because you have to let it cool and set, and then you have to, add the next layer on. But I promise you this is worth it, okay? It is. I don't like to brag on my own cooking so much, but it is absolutely delicious. Now it makes a great dish to take to a covered dish supper. It makes a great holiday type of really dessert. And people will be amazed at how good it is, and they really will have trouble figuring out how you made it. Now, I've got to tell you about this recipe. It came from a lady in Virginia, the Hampton, Newport News area of Virginia, in 1967. My sister was at a baby shower, my older sister, and the lady served this, on the little fancy little paper plate along with the other stuff. And my sister was so taken with it that she called me when she got home about 10 o'clock that night and said, "You've got to make this. I've got to get the recipe because it is the best thing I ever tasted." And you know what? She was right. It is that good, okay? Now, the final layer is going to be ground up pecans. Now, you can eliminate the pecans if you want to, or you could use walnuts, but you do need to grind them up. And I just put these in the food processor. And you just want to sprinkle that over the top. And this is a cup of pecans ground up. And I'm going to show you that recipe at the end of this video. I've written it out, and I had it on another piece of paper from 1967, and it was all yellow and whatever, so. And if you're having this like at Christmas or Thanksgiving, you can even serve it along with pumpkin pie or sweet potato pie, because it's really not that sweet. And to tell you the truth, you're just able to eat more stuff because it's not that sweet. All right, now I'm just going to take my hand, just gently pat in that layer of pecans right into that cream cheese layer. Okay, and there you have it. Sierra Mist 3-layer salad. Now, in 1967, of course, they didn't have Sierra Mist, so it was really called a 7-Up 3-layer salad. But I like Sierra Mist a lot better, but you could use 7-Up if you wanted to. It'd be basically the same thing. Now, this Sierra Mist has a lemon-lime flavor to it. So, okay. So now we're going to return this to the refrigerator, and of course it will keep for several days. And the apples that are in it will not turn dark because they're in that lemon flavored Jell-O. Now, a word of caution here on the Jell-O. I know some people might be tempted to use fresh pineapple because it's available today. But here's the reason why you should not use fresh pineapple. On the box of the Jell-O, let me see if you can see that right there, it says, do not use fresh or frozen pineapple, kiwi, ginger root, papaya, fig, or guava. The gelatin will not set. So that's the reason. I think that those fruits have enough enzymes in them that they prevent the Jell-O from setting up properly. So just remember that. Do not use the fresh pineapple. I mean, it would be tempting because fresh pineapple I think is a lot better than canned pineapple, but in this recipe it just will not work. Okay, I'm going to show you the recipe now. Forgive the jiggling, okay? All right, let me back up just a little bit so you can, nope, back up. There we go. All right, here's the first layer. Now you can put your video on pause, and forgive my writing, sometimes it's kind of sloppy, but there's the first layer. There's the second layer. And there's the third layer. Now I forgot to add a little milk and a little confectionery sugar or powdered sugar to that next layer. I'd forgotten that, so I kind of squeezed it in there. So again, here's the recipe. Let me put it up close. Here's the second layer, and here's the third layer. Now it's very time consuming to make this, but it is so good, okay? All right, hope you'll try this. See you next time.